Morning and welcome back to day one of our no-dig market garden on our homestead in central Portugal, where we're creating on the back of our food forest here a new market garden. So enjoy tonight's episode. So you remember in the last two episodes, Digger Dave came. He's clearing this area, which is just below where the food forest ends, and we're going down another 2 terraces. They are quite small terraces, but Dave is going to clear all of this area to my right, going down the hill towards Rosie's trampoline and up a bit behind this fig tree, and it's going to be the beginning of our market garden. And for those of you that are new to gardening or new to no dig, we follow Charles Dowding, don't we?
We do.
And we're going to put in no dig beds here, a bit more intensive farming than our food forest and a bit more traditional, so rectangular beds. I'm going to show you how we make them. So at the moment we've got the bare soil that Dave has left us. So what's first?
We have to shovel, no, better not say that. We have to take a whole bunch of horse manure, which has not been rotted down, but we're going to put it under cardboard, let it rot down over the winter. But it comes from all the way up the other end of the food forest and up the hill and all up there. So there's lots and lots of wheelbarrows. You feeling strong?
Yeah, kinda.
Let's go.
Let's get shoveling that. So that's the end of day one in the new market garden. I think we've done pretty well, haven't we?
We have. We've got 2 full beds made, 4 metres long by 1 metre wide, and we got down the whole border. We did. What did you plant? 2 almonds, an apple,
and a blackcurrant.
And a ginormous blackcurrant.
Yeah.
That's really great. And then all the paths and stuff, everything.
Yeah, all cardboarded. So we've cheated a bit on the no-dig, haven't we, by putting manure down first?
That's true. Yes, I wanted to point that out too. Charles Dowding would not approve.
No.
He would have just put cardboard straight on the ground, and you can do that, and it works very well. And then you put your compost on top of the cardboard. But we've decided to try and give it a little boost. We think the manure will rot down over the winter enough that it won't harm the plants, and we know that that's going to work because that's what we did in the food forest.
Yep.
And it was just fine.
It was fine, yeah. And it's going to rot down over winter, isn't it?
I'm sure, yeah. It's just a little boost to the soil fertility.
So that's the end of day one, and we'll see you when we come up for another day to do a bit more over that side.
Yes, and I'm going to do some gilding of the trees that we've left growing in the middle of the area.
And you're going to plant that up as well, aren't you?
Yes.
So exciting stuff. So we'll see you in a few moments on another day. So with the magic of YouTube, we're instantly back in the garden, but it's actually been 3 days, I think, since we've been down here due to monumental rains. See from the footage here that it actually was monumental. It was like that for a whole day, wasn't it?
Chucked it down like water out of a bucket.
But it was good for here. Got nicely watered in.
It did, and the beds all seem fine. Not too much, not really any runoff at all, was there?
No, it's good. And also, in between the monumental rains, I took the opportunity to plant about 100 chickpeas. If you remember in one of our previous episodes, we were talking about the peas that we put up the trellis, which have grown about 3 or 4 inches. They're doing well, aren't they?
Yep.
And in the same bed, I've used up all our garlics that Missy showed you that I bought again a few weeks ago. This bed is full of garlic, it's full of chickpeas. I put in some salad spare seedlings that we had so they don't go to waste, and even if we don't eat them, they can go to the chickens, can't they?
They can, yeah. The chickens love eating up all our excess. The chickpeas look a little bit sad and floppy the way they do. They've gone leggy. They weren't getting enough light because we didn't get them in the ground quick enough. But better to get them out now and see what happens than to leave them to wither away.
It's better to get them in and not waste them, see if they get back to full form.
At the absolute worst, if nothing else, we'll chop them down and pop them in the compost.
Yep, so nothing goes to waste. It always has a purpose in the garden. So what's the plan here now for the rest of the new market garden?
Today we're going to sow cover crops on top of our beds because you should try never to leave soil bare. So we're going to use some clover. I have a little remnant of Persian clover that gets very big, and I have some red clover seeds which have been grown organically here in Portugal. And we're just going to sprinkle them around and they'll grow up, and before the frosts come they should get about, I think, about 5-6 inches tall, and the frost will kill them, which is fine because the clover is going to stick its roots down, it will hold the soil together, it'll cover the soil so that the rain doesn't wash it away, and then when it dies, all the nutrients from the leaves go back into the soil.
It's like magic.
Are you ready for spring?
Yeah. And then also we want to cover down the bottom there because we're going to grow potatoes there, aren't we?
That's right, yes, and that doesn't even have the protection of the cardboard and the compost that we've put on here. So down there, that's going to be lots of clover as well.
So let's get sowing.
Okay. This is where we're going to be putting in our potato beds, and I'm using Persian clover down here, which gets quite big, and we're just doing wide broadcast scattering and see what comes up. Another little job we have to do is the wall that I cleared now has great swathes of empty space, and I happen to have a whole bunch of plants that didn't have a home. They've been living in pots and just waiting for me to find somewhere for them. And I've decided to fill up the wall. So we have all different interesting things, and we've bought them all at market, so I'm quite excited about them. We've got a Verbena bonariensis, which is very big and sticky. It smells fabulous. It's got little purple flowers. We've got an equilegia, we've got some valerian, we've got some thyme. So first I'm going to decide where all the pots are going, and then we'll get them dug in. That's almost all of the plants in. I couldn't find anywhere suitable for my Salvia greggi because I'm on a wall, there's a lot of big rocks and a lot of them are underneath the earth, and he's got a lot of roots in there. So I'm thinking about maybe putting him in the new border that we've created, but everything else is in. So we have an equilegia tucked over there in the shade of this quince tree, Verbena bonariensis. This lovely guy, that should really spread and get all bushy. It's beautiful for the butterflies and the bees, they love that. Here we have a Monarda fireball, which will send up big stalks covered in leaves, and then at the very top you get these big, fabulous, bright red flowers. And then we have some valerian, which usually you would use for the roots, but I have it growing elsewhere so that can be dug up in the second year. You can use the roots to make sleeping potions, and this one is just for beauty because it has these lovely little spires of pink flowers. Oh, and a little thyme just here, which was actually from a thyme plant that I had. He dropped his seeds all over the path and then they started growing, so I yanked them up, stuck them in a pot, and when he was big enough he's gone in here, and hopefully I'm hoping he'll droodle down over all of the rocks. So I just find somewhere for my Salvia greggi, and that's that little job done.
might remember a few weeks ago I showed you the reservoir or our pond here in front of me and how much it filled up, and you can see from the rain that we've had that it's filled up a couple of feet in just a couple of weeks. It's almost full to the brim, and we've got a few little toadies here. All right guys, Boo. Hello mate. Started the next bed, nice straight one there, to the length to the end of this terrace, and then on this side we're going to put in our gilding around our trees, so that's exciting.
Bed in and another little bit of path, we're going to pause with our bed making, and we're going to go and grab some strawberry runners, so there's more plants for free. We're going to pop them in down the little border that Dom made, and then the next job on a different day is we're going to make some bean and PT peas to go here, which is going to benefit from the shade of these lovely trees. Down in swale number 2, where the strawberries have been prolific and they've put out runners, and if they've put them out in the beds we're going to leave them be because that's great, but if they put them out in the swale then that's not so great because we're going to walk on them and run the wheelbarrow over them. So I'm just going to dig some of these up. He's got big roots. He's still attached to his mum. He looks really healthy, and he's even got a bit of the cardboard from underneath our no-dig bed. He's got fabulous roots in here. Yeah, he looks great. Free straw.
Rain stop play.
Yes, we've been on again, off again all day, having to do it in little bits and bobs in between the rain.
And rained off all of yesterday.
Yeah.
It's been very, very wet. So we've got a bit more done here on what you're calling this area. This is a special area, isn't it?
It's a guild. I'll go into that I think in the next episode when I actually put the plants in, so I can tell you what we're doing. But basically, when you've got a fruit tree that you want to thrive, then you plant companion plants, special ones that do different jobs like attracting pollinators or repelling pests.
And this is a pear, isn't it?
It is a pear. And
it's a Paulie pear.
Paulie pear. It was on the land already. We didn't even know it was here until earlier this year. It put out one teeny tiny little pear. So we need some love. We're going to prune him, he's going to have a mulch, he's going to have his companion plants, and hopefully he'll thrive the way that the fig did when we started. We're going to hard prune him, and we're going to take all his dead branches off, shape him up, and then he's going to get watered as well, isn't he? So I think that's enough waffle from us for this week. Now it's starting to rain, I think it's time to go up top to have a nice cold beer. Sounds good, and a hot cup of tea for me. I think we've done really well with this new area.
So I think before we pack up, I'll just very quickly put some clover on the bed that we created earlier, so it matches the other beds that have got clover on. And thank you very much for watching, and for all your lovely comments. And if you have any questions about market gardening versus permaculture, leave us a comment down there. And we'll see you hopefully next week if the rain allows for us to make a weekly video. If not, we'll probably do a Wednesday waffle. So once more, thanks for watching.
I'll see you again soon. Bye.